Hi, everybody. I am Zhanna Shpits, and you are watching Dream Big with Zhanna, inspiring you to reignite, refire, and refuel your life. And today, in today's episode, I have my amazing, beautiful, special friend from the other coast, from the other side of the country. It's Geetha Krishnan. Geetha, I'm so glad you're here. So glad you're here.
Thank you.
Yes, and it's not the first time. It's actually the second, I think it's the second or the third. I don't even, second time. Yes, because I love you so much and I love everything about you and everything that you're teaching. So today's topic is actually lead with gratitude, and it's all about gratitude and how and why we can enhance our lives and businesses and the workspace using that unique and affordable, it doesn't cost anything, tool to enhance our lives. So let me give just a brief bio, the official bio of Geetha to you guys if you are seeing her for the first time. Geetha Krishnan is an organizational leader, corporate trainer, gratitude leadership coach, best-selling author. You can see the two books behind her back right there, and professionally certified international speaker. She has trained over 20,000 people in Fortune 500 companies for over 14 years. As she says, and I love that, she teaches people how to think and laugh all the way to the bank. I love that. And on a personal note, Geetha, you are just such a light, always, always. Like this big smile, it's not only for the show, it's who she really is. And people most of the times forget to smile when we're in the middle of a hectic day. So we're going to dive right into the magic of you doing that. How come you're always smiling?
Well, I keep getting asked that, so I keep thanking a lot. So I keep smiling a lot. So that's how I teach people to thank and laugh all the way to the bank. Keep smiling.
Beautiful, beautiful. So Geetha, without any further delay, can I ask you what are, and it might be an unusual question for you, or I don't know. So here is, because I know I can be completely open and we want to bring ton of value to everybody who is listening and watching. So what do you love about yourself? And this is kind of a weird question, right? For a lot of people.
Yes, but it's the best question you could ever ask me, because I love everything about myself. Each and everything. Why I'm saying that is, if you don't love that about yourself, you wouldn't be able to love others.
Yeah.
Anything we do, it could be as simple as drinking water. Water gives us energy. So you show that gratitude to the water. You show the love and affection to the water, and it enhances everything that you have in you. So automatically, when you love yourself, it reflects in the way you perceive others. It reflects in the way you look at others. And the glow, the amazement, everything comes together. Zhanna knows, and I do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I love each and everything that I do. Let it be dance, music, playing violin, interacting with people, playing with my kids. When I say kids, I just have one son, but whomsoever I interact with, my students, all of them are my kids. So including my friends and everybody. So it's basically how the more you love yourself, you are able to give back. And that's why I'm saying that it's not with the selfish intention of loving myself, but selfish love. That is self-love. When you are actually so much into loving yourself, it shows that how much you appreciate yourself, how much you appreciate that person, the soul, the God that's inside you, that resides in you. you know. So that's the essence of self-love. That's the essence of the beauty of the love that you have for yourself.
And the gratitude too. I'm so glad you said so many beautiful things. And I know for a lot of people, it could be a really, really far-fetched goal to look at themselves in the mirror and say, I love myself. When I also, in my personal journey, when I came to the point when I can easily do it, oh my goodness, exactly what you're saying. Then you feel God in you, that it doesn't become something abstract. It's actually something tangible and not just esoteric concept or construct. So, Geetha, question for you. Were you born naturally with this gratitude inside of you, or is it something you had to develop through time?
Let me share a short story here. I grew up in Mumbai in India, and we were in a value system based atmosphere, with living with our grandparents, parents. We used to visit temple every day, and always whomsoever used to come to our house. I used to watch my grandma. It was not. We grew up with very humble, beginnings. It was not that you were fed with a silver spoon. But my grandmother, she used to always offer even a cup of coffee to every person who used to visit our house. Whether she had that milk at home or whether she had the stuff at home, none of us knew. But and believe me, in our house, there used to be a throng of people visiting. My grandfather was very much attached to the temple, so he would bring somebody or other. So at least 20 to 30 people used to visit our home practically every day. And she used to offer a cup of coffee, a filter coffee that's really strong, beautiful coffee. Starbucks has no comparison.
Well, we're not going there. Let's see. Exactly. I know what you mean.
I'm talking about the feeling. I'm talking about the attachment that she used to. So looking at all those things, that's how I grew up. So it's been there right from childhood. The gratitude, the humility, the way you look at things, it grew with you, along with you. And then eventually, when I started identifying it, and when I was working in the corporate, I used to see people eating behind, it's basically a jungle out there, isn't it? Everybody wants to step up. Everybody wants to jump over the other person rather than holding hand and walking through or swimming through. There's always this chaos, and there's always these bitings, and the words that are used are like, let's kill it. Even if it's in the positive way, the words are negative. So these things really motivated me, or rather challenged me, to think of something different that would be really supportive and which would create a kind of an atmosphere in people where they would want to appreciate each other. And you can work with each other far more better with a happy atmosphere, with a loving atmosphere, with an enjoyable atmosphere, than just getting onto things. Right. That's something really brought in the gratitude revolution that I'm really focused on right now.
Right. So a question. Actually, there's going to be two questions. For some reason, I have this tendency to combine like two questions together, and then I leave it up to you which one you want to tackle first. So gratitude comes to people at different stages of their lives, like the real embodiment of not just some balloon up in the sky, something that is really far away from you and everybody's speaking about you, because the word really has been overused. Right. And so my question is, a lot of people, they turn to gratitude when something dramatic happens in their lives, and they use it as the healing technique. In your case, it's like it seems like there was none of it came through a turning point. But my question really, the second one. So like, number one, how do you come to gratitude? Do you really have to experience any drama in your life to understand what gratitude does for you? Or you don't have to suffer that much to get that. That's number one. And number two, in your personal life, See, especially if you're not born with that gift of being grateful for everything that you already have, because we're kind of, especially in the Western society, we're looking up like what's next, what's the next step. You don't have time to stay and appreciate what you already have. So with that, my question is, in your personal life, was there a turning point or the tipping point when that habit of being in constant gratitude stick with you? Because changing habits could be, you could stick like as a challenge, you could stick to it for 5 days, but you made it your life mission and it comes easy to you. So those two questions, kind of long, but
yes, I'll try to answer it as much as I can. So the first question, people tend to go to gratitude when there is a difficulty. That is a good thing for a start. You know, for example, there might be challenges all the time, and especially during challenges, it's very important that we go back to our gratitudes. It really helps us to nourish ourselves, to kind of ground ourselves, to bring us back to the center point. Sometimes you get so emotional, sometimes you get so lost. People have a number of challenges. It could be health challenges, it could be work challenges. Somebody lost a job and they couldn't come back to the position that they want to. It's been taking them years. There are so many situations I come across my clients whom I interact with. And it's a good way to start, because what I have always observed and perceived is people know what gratitude is. They say, oh, gratitude, I know about it, you know, or during Thanksgiving time or during Christmas time. That's when we all come together, we pray and we say gratitude. But according to me, if we can make it a habit, start when there are challenges, especially during challenges, it helps us to connect our gratitudes. Make a list of 50 things that you're grateful for. It's difficult right at the start to make a list of 50 things. I understand that. But then starting with 2, starting with 1, even starting with 0, just saying gratitude, you know, just saying, I'm grateful. Looking in the mirror and saying, I'm grateful. You feel the difference. Look in the mirror just now, or you just look at me and hold your hands together and say, I'm grateful. You feel that emotion that comes to your heart. Within seconds, you'll start thinking, okay, what am I grateful for? I'm grateful. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful for water. I'm grateful for the air around me. I'm grateful for Zhanna for talking to me. I'm grateful for my dog. I'm grateful for my son. I'm grateful for my jacket that I'm wearing. I'm grateful for the pearl necklace that I'm wearing. I'm grateful for my eyes. I'm grateful that I can see through my eyes. I'm grateful for the hair that I have, I'm grateful for the air that I breathe. I'm just grateful for being able to sit here and talk to you. So it's just us looking at ourselves and just feeling the emotion of being grateful. It will come slowly, maybe. It will take time, but then each and every one of us have hundreds of things to be grateful for. You know, it's just that we don't realize it and we don't tap onto it.
So, and the benefit of doing that, it's just said, whether that's in a corporation, whether that's in business, whether that's the teamwork, or the boss said something and you get out of control, like emotionally you lose it. And then one of the powerful tools is to come back to the gratitude in the moment, where you're sitting and feeling lonely in the house, and like, what is it that you're grateful for? That's what you're talking about. So why gratitude? Like, why do you do that? It's because you want to break that emotional pattern to go back to being productive, to being in the now, to be who you really are. That's what you mean, right?
Exactly. It makes so much of a difference. I would like to share, I do creative movement workshops.
Yes, please.
So I'll do a little activity here. It's a very small activity, which all of us can experience. I do it with teams, with individuals as well. So if you all want to, unless you're driving, you can all experience it and do it along with me.
But they can watch the replay, guys. You can do that. Yeah.
Exactly. So let's do it. Shall we, Zhanna?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. So each one of us, all of us know that the flower grows, right? The sunflower. How does it flower itself? So the sunflower is a beautiful flower which looks up at the sun and goes up slowly, right? And it blooms up, and the bright yellow, the sunshine. That's the reason it got that name of a sunflower. So let's all turn into a little sunflower, okay? So we'll first experience the emotion that it's a role play. So if you are feeling elated, that's okay, but just experience some emotion which is a difficult emotion. Like, for example, you've just been told by your boss, or if you're a little girl or a little boy, you've just been told by your mom, come on, you're not studying, or you've been yelled at. Or if you're a mother, you've just been reprimanded for something that you shouldn't be doing. The child comes in, Mom, you did not cook food today. Okay, so that does happen. So certain emotions which are difficult, just feel that and hold yourself low, just like the flower. Hold yourself low. Feel the difficult emotion. It's okay to feel difficult emotions. It's okay to experience it, and it's something that we need to combat. We need to come out of it. So slowly combating that, think of a grateful moment. If you're feeling the emotion of a fight or a reprimanding with somebody whom you really look up to, feel that moment which you really had a good experience with that person before. Maybe the boss tapped you on your back or appreciated you for something that you did amazing. And slowly come up, very slowly, just like the flower. So take yourself up slowly and very slowly come up and feel that appreciative moment, just like maybe the child came and hugged you. Mom, you cooked something so beautiful today. Thank you so much. Or the mother is so appreciative about the child who is really doing well at studies, finished all the work and sitting and relaxed watching TV after finishing the homework. And you slowly come up and then you go, yay!
Yay!
Just like the sunflower, you're looking up and just go, yay!
Awesome.
So how many moments did it take?
Just a few.
Just a few moments, so 2 to 3 moments. You change your emotion, a difficult emotion, to a positive emotion. So just like the sunflower blooming up, slowly up. Of course, in the
ideal world, you got to stand up, and you could use the body, yes. Exactly. But if we stand up,
you stand up and you do it in the most. You can try it later. Look at the mirror and do it for yourself. Feel the moment. The more you feel your moments, every time you feel low, the moment you change your position, stand up, sit down, move around. The moment you change your position, blink. Immediately, there is a complete change in the way you look. There has been a lot of research, a lot of studies, and each and every nerve in our body responds to how we feel, how we come out with things. And even if something like difficult diseases like cancer and all these things can be put to rest just by laughing out loud. Because you have pressure on your tummy, so the nerves that really respond to the happiness nerves really responds to it very well. There is a certain element below our skin which responds to the externals. So just by walking fast, any kind of an action, and just by laughing out loud, or pranayam in yoga, as we say. So you put pressure on your tummy. You put activities, basically. It's not just sitting and perspiring, but activity. The sun. It really, exactly. And also the sun. So these are some really important tips that I would suggest anybody to, along with the other things that you're doing. It will really help us to stay positive, stay filled with gratitude. So the continuous flow of gratitude, which that's what Zhanna meant when she shared, which I tend to practice, and I encourage everybody whom I interact with, let it be my clients or workshops, or I do gratitude walks, absolutely away from all the gadgets in the field, in the trails, with teams. So all these activities really help us to connect with ourselves better, appreciate ourselves better, because nobody appreciates yourself as much as you can or you want to or you will.
Yeah, that's beautiful, and that's the ultimate goal, to really appreciate and come to this place of being grateful on a and make it your default state of gratitude and joy. Now the question is how. So what are, and you shared one of the anchoring tool that we can use. This is really powerful. Try it, because you really need to move your body. Thank you, Geetha, for that. Question: any other resources that you can recommend to everybody who is watching and listening, like any books that you find amazing and they made a shift in you somehow? What would be?
Definitely. The book Being in the Now, Eckhart Tolle.
Yeah, it's called The Power. You mean The Power of Now? Yes. Believe it or not, I'm so glad you're mentioning that, because I'm rereading it right now. I'm like I'm almost at the end of my second round, but this time around I'm listening to it. I drive a lot. Yes.
Yes, I do that too. I listen to most of my books, and this is one of the books that I really love to listen. And I would encourage everybody to read or listen to it, because it's really powerful. My book, the second book, Peggy Lee Hanson's anthology, that is Courage Under Siege, and my chapter in that is Gratitude Matters. It's all about how my journey of gratitude, and I would certainly encourage anybody to read that, because especially not just for my story, but the 10 phenomenal women in that book, they have created some magic.
We'll share the link. Can we get it on Amazon? Amazon, right? Yeah, we'll share the link later underneath this video, so you guys will be able to get that for sure. Geetha, just another, I have more questions for you. Who do you consider to be your best teacher in life?
My best teacher is my mom.
Yeah.
My mom is such a iron-willed woman, but she is so humble. She would not, take even a single credit to it. She grew up, and we lost. I lost my father when I was 3 years old, and my mom was 28. She was carrying with her my sister. My sister was in her womb, and such an amazing lady. She brought us up all by herself. Of course, we had our family to support, but she was the one who I adore her. I love her. I'm sure she'll be watching me through this.
Of course.
That she's the one person I could just close my eyes and just bow down to at any moment.
Beautiful. So what is, as far as the advice that people are clinging to, in your experience, because there's a lot of advice right now through coaching, through all this different media, through all of it. At the end of the day, when you look back at your personal life, what's the best advice and what's the worst advice you were given?
Okay. The best advice I was given was just keep shining. Never dim your glitter. And Will Smith Leons gave me that advice. Never dim your glitter. You are the shining light. And right now, I don't know why the sun is just searching.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Always shine.
I had to say this, and you had to ask this at this moment. It's something of a blessing that I feel that I've been called to do, and it's my vision to share the light of gratitude, the light of positiveness, sunshine to each and everybody whom I can connect with, whom I can touch, and that's my.
You do it with groups and corporations, and you do it through the gratitude walks, and you are also the marathon runner. I know that, and you have so many awards for that. How many marathons have you been in?
Uh, at least five or six of them, the half marathons, and then I'm going to run more. I've done a number of 5Ks and 10Ks, and I intend to run the Chicago half marathon this year. So that my goal is that.
I think I told you, you inspired me to start running. I didn't even consider that a possibility, like even remotely, it wouldn't even cross my mind. But when I talked to you for the first time several years ago, I started running. So every Thanksgiving, I do 10K. I decided 5 is too small of a number for me. Let's just do 10K. And I do 10K with my kids, and I never ran before. So, and it's really so much fun. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So shine your light, and you are in that light right now, in the spotlight. What's the worst advice that maybe you heard and you were trying to follow, and then you decided you have the guts to say, no, that's not for me?
Nothing that comes to my mind right away. But then, yes, I have had some difficult experiences, and I remember when I was working, and I was being mentored by somebody earlier on in my life, and I used to have really long hair, and I just went up and asked the person that, do you suggest I should go in for a shorter hair, or this is something very simple, but what I would try to share that in a bit. And the person said that, no, it's a long hair, so you can just, you don't need to leave it open. You can just tie it up. And so I just followed that. But then later on, I realized that why should I be asking anybody for the advice? And let me just be myself, and I'll just go about the way I want to.
How old were you? How old were you?
I had just started doing my training workshops then. So I was much older. It was not, I was not a kid, but I was doing my work. So as a professional. So it's just that even small things, even when you're grown up, you still look up to somebody and you expect a guidance. But then sometimes, so the small things really help us understand life a lot more better. So later on, it really made me understand that I don't need to look up to somebody. It's always something that very recently I was talking to somebody, and it taught me that you don't need to look up to someone. You need to look at level with the person. How much ever, so the person may be really adept, or you just, you really are so much, you're a fan of the person, yet have that same level of interaction with the person. So that really helps you, rather than you shouldn't look down at anybody, neither shouldn't you look up at anybody.
I love that. Yes. There's a quote, I don't remember it word by word, but it's one of my favorites from Rumi. And it's within the lines that I've been all my life, I've been reading books and I've been listening to the teachers, but now it's time to listen to the teachings of my own soul. And that's exactly what you're talking about. When we are looking up at someone, we're giving away the power in a way, like our own power to somebody else, whoever that person is, and they have their own journey. I'm so glad you brought it up. So Geetha, it's always a pleasure to be with you, because it's like the energy that you radiate, and this energetic field that is created in your presence. It's just amazing. It's like this quantified or amplified feel of gratitude that I feel. I feel for myself, and I hope it radiates. I know it radiates like far beyond the reach. So at the end of our program, I know that you have the radio show that I had I was blessed to be on as a guest speaker too. And I would love everybody to know more about it. So could you please share the name? And as you do that, tell us how we can connect with you more. And then the last thing before we close, I would love to know what is this one gem out of your treasure chest that you can share with everybody, all the listeners and the viewers. Geetha, are you there?
I think I lost you.
No, you.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Yes, I can hear you now.
I lost the last. Yeah, I lost the last bit of your question.
So the first one, let's just break it up. So how can we join the radio show so that people? How do we contact you? Connect with you.
Yes, you can reach me on my website, geethakrishnan.com. It's GeethaKrishnan, geethakrishnan.com. And you can register for my radio show. It's called Dynamic Growth with Gratitude. So it's all about gratitude. I have guests like Zhanna and so many more wonderful, amazing speakers who come up and share their journey with gratitude and how it has helped them. Being in the continuous flow of gratitude has helped them. And I've had guests who come up on the dais when interacting on the show, and they realize that, oh my God, this was the gratitude that really made me actually what I am today. So and there have been such profound revelations, right? Even not only from the guests, but also from the audience and the listeners who are all dear friends, and they jump in and interact. It's a live Q&A afterwards with the guest. And many times I do Facebook Live also if I'm supporting a cause. So it's a beautiful journey. It's been going on for the last 2 years, and I just completed the second anniversary along with my wedding anniversary on the same day.
Congratulations. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Beautiful. So it's Geetha, www.geethakrishnan.com. They see your name on the screen, and we're also going to post it. And I know you wanted to give out the gifts for everybody who wants to join your radio show. Tell us more about it.
Once you register, you'll receive also an MP3 recording of one of my shows, that is Building Relationships with Gratitude, how you can build better relationships with gratitude. So just register on it, and I'll have your email ID, and then I'll send you the recording.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Geetha, so before we close, what is this one gem that you can share out of your treasure box that you can share with all of us today?
Oh, I would just share every gem of mine with all of you. Each and every people. Yes, one gift that I would like to share is gift of gratitude, a small challenge that I would like to share with all of you. If you would like to implement it and continue doing it, that would be wonderful. It's called a Loving Pat Challenge, which I encourage all my listeners and clients to appreciate and do it. Loving Pat itself stands for PAT. It's gratitude to a person. The first, gratitude you write down. The second, gratitude to an activity, any activity that you do. And the third is gratitude to a thing. So it could be a specific thing, or it could be anything. Okay. So basically understanding what is gratitude, knowing the step up, like I shared the start, just start with who are you? Why are you grateful? What is it that you're grateful for? So writing down 3 things every day as a challenge. You're most welcome to reach out to me, email me, just send that I did it, it's done. Or you can call me and just let me know, reach out on my Facebook. So just, if you want my accountability, you're most welcome to do that. I would love that. Just loving pat, give yourself that loving pat. Once you do that, give yourself a hug.
So how many days do you want people to do it?
30 days. It's
30 days of loving pat gratitude. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. So if you guys Thank you, Geetha. If so, basically, you do 3 things every day, and then if you guys want to keep yourselves accountable, you can comment below this video or reach out directly to Geetha through Facebook or through her website, and we'll go from there. This is beautiful, and I love it how you are reinforcing gratitude. You know, another quote, you know, I love quotes, and from Michael Beckwith, again, I might be paraphrasing a little bit, but the idea is that nothing new, it's everything that you've talked about. It just summarizes it. Nothing new can come into your life until you start being grateful for what you have right now. And that's what Geetha is all about. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You're watching Dream Big with Zhanna, inspiring you to reignite, refire, and refuel your life. This video, just comment. If you have questions about my guest speakers or you want to bring somebody on, please find me on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Geetha's interview and all the other experts are on my Zhanna Shpits channel on YouTube. And Geetha, can't tell you enough how grateful I am for you on the show today. And I know it's not going to be the last one. So we're going to have you back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. With gratitude to you and to all of our listeners and the viewers. Mwah.
Bye, everybody.